Hello everyone, my name is Marcus from DM Photography, and this is the second episode of a series of 3 videos that I'm creating that shows my end-to-end photo life cycle, meaning from where and how I store my photos initially after I shot them down to my long-term archiving strategy. In this second episode, what I want to talk about is my strategy on how to get down the vast amount of photos that I've just downloaded to my PC to a smaller amount that I'm willing to edit in order to create something out of them at a later stage. If you are new to the channel, or you just found this video on YouTube and you're interested in this topic in general, I will leave a link in the description below to also part 1 of this series, in case you want to watch it later, but rest assured, this video stands on its own. For everyone else, my regular viewers and subscribers, welcome back to my channel. But without further ado, let's jump into the topic. So I said earlier, this is for me one of the most important steps in the photo workflow. Why is that so? So I think most of us would agree that just taking the photo and storing it somewhere cannot be the end goal. Or at least I feel that by talking with other photographers, this is not what our ideas of photography. So we want to create some kind of output, right? Either for our friends and family, or just for ourselves, memories from the past, or maybe for social media, or prints, zines, books, and so on and so forth, or commercial work in case you're a professional photographer. But no matter in which category you are, in order to get to this point where you have something to show, again, either for social media, friends, family, or for your professional work, you need to get down to a small selection of photos that are relevant for your audience as quickly as possible. And also, hopefully, by not delaying this process too long. And what I want to share today is the way how I figured over time what is best for me or what works best for me to keep me motivated and disciplined to do so and not to end up with a mountain of photos on my hard drives that I am afraid to even look at because they're not categorized or not somehow put in a way or form that I can deal with them. And the longer you off-put that process, the harder it will become, right? So this kind of like leads almost to a data obesity. You sit there, you see that mountain of data, and you don't want to touch it anymore, maybe, and it becomes almost like stress. So we all want to avoid that. So I really hope that with this video, I can help you in case you find yourself a little bit in this situation, or you struggle with this first step, this initial step after you shot the photos and you downloaded them, what to do with them. So again, then you off-put them maybe. But without further ado, let's now jump into Capture One. That is the software that I've chosen to use in this video, and also the software that I use for managing my catalog. But if you're a Lightroom user, for example, or any other cataloging software, don't worry. Everything you will see in this video is not Capture One specific. Most other cataloging software can do the same. So from a functionality perspective, I'm not using anything fancy. It's just maybe you will see how I use a function in the software for this process that you might have not used before. So again, let's jump into Capture One now. All right, we are in Capture One now, and what you see here is a film strip of 36 images of a roll of film that I recently shot. I thought I'd spare you a folder with hundreds of photos from my digital camera. So I think these 36 images should be more than enough for me to explain you how I will narrow down these 36 images to just the ones that I want to edit and preserve in my long-term archive. So the method that I'm using to getting this down is the color tags of Capture One. And by the way, your catalog software probably also has this feature. Let's look at the photo down here at the bottom. And here in the lower left corner, you see that I can choose different colors. For example, green, yellow and red. There are more colors available also probably in your cataloging software in case you're not using Capture One. But these are the 3 colors that I'm about to use throughout this video, whereas green means I want to keep the photo and further edit it yellow is a maybe, so I might go through it again and decide if it will become green or red, and red is a photo that I straight off reject. Now if you use Lightroom, for example, you can also use just the flags. They have a reject flag, for example, but I like the color tags a little bit more than these flags. So even if you're on Lightroom and you're using the flags, maybe you like this coloring system as well. Anyway, what I will do now is I will go through this roll of film and I will choose for each photo a color. So this one is a straight no. This one is a maybe. This one is a no. I don't like the composition. This one is a yes. This one is a maybe. This one is a maybe. This one is a no. This one is a yes for now. Yes for now. This one is a yes. This one is a no. No. Maybe. Maybe. No. Very boring. No people. Yes. No. Maybe. No. 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 Or actually maybe. Yes. No. 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 Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Also a yes. And also a yes. So now that I've done the initial selection, what I can do now is I can go and look at the yellows. Yellows are the ones where I said this is a maybe. And so I can now redecide on these if I want to keep them for further editing or throw them away. So I will now go and look at these. So this one I think will become a no because there's just too much stuff going on. There's no clear focus. The same here, I just had a fixed lens. I couldn't get that bird in the middle of the photo closer, so I think I will decline this photo now as well. This one also not too interesting in the end. This one will become a no as well. I think this one will become a yes. This one will become a no, and this will become a yes. So now I went through these maybes. And now let's take a look at the green photos. So you can have here at the bottom right, you can choose which filters you want to apply to the photo strip. So now I brought the photos down from 36 to 16, but I think there is more potential to throw them out. So I will do a second round now. So this one I want to keep. And now we have here two similar photos. And I think I will throw out this one here. Then this one I will keep because it's kind of like a memory of our today's times. Here I find the architecture interesting. I'll probably do some cropping later. I will keep this one as well. This one I will now throw out in the end. This one I will throw out now as well. This I want to keep. I want to decide between these two. I think this one for me is more interesting than this one, so I'll throw out this one. I will keep this one. Actually, no, I won't. This one I want to keep. This one I want to keep, and this one as well. And here, it's kind of like abstract. I don't know what to do with it exactly. But yeah, so this is now the selection of 11 images that I would now go into the editing process. You've now seen the method that I am applying to a folder of photos in order to narrow down the selection of images that I then will later take into my editing process. And this is one of the most important steps for me in order to generate an output. And this is on multiple levels. And the two that I want to mention in today's video is, first of all, it gives me a very good overview of the body of work in general of that photo folder, right? Be it a roll of film or a digital shooting. So I get a sense of what I'm looking at. And also it gives me an idea on how much editing work will now come to me. In this case, it was now 11 images. It could also be 60 images or 111 images. And secondly, when I am in the editing process, I don't have to jump over photos that I don't like constantly going back and forth in that film strip. Right, if I edit a photo and then I was like, oh, let me go back to the last one I edited, and then I have to jump over 3, 4, 5 photos. that I don't really like, it just disturbs me in the editing process. So this is what I figured out so far in my process as being something very useful, very helpful in the editing process itself, but also generally in my overall workflow and with that goal to produce something, again, be it for friends and family, for myself, for social media, prints, photo books, zines, and so on and so forth. I hope this video helped you in your process. Maybe you recognized yourself in this, or you're having also this feeling of this daunting task of images that you've just shot, or you have it maybe already on your cloud storage and you don't know what to do with them. I hope this helps you. I hope it also motivates you to maybe go in your archive and maybe now take the time to edit it, to do the selection process that helps you sort through the archive. But this is all I want to cover in this video with regards to this topic. In the next video, in the third one of this series of 3 videos, I'm going to talk about my long-term archiving strategy. I personally look at 15 years of photography, and over the years I developed a couple of strategies on how to store my photos over time. So you will see my approach to that topic in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're interested to see that video, please consider subscribing to the channel to get notified when that new video comes. But for the time being, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. I'm curious to learn also from you what you think of this process, and maybe you have some tips and tricks for me, maybe to improve this process further. I'm curious to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. A quick bonus tip for those who are still watching. I just went through the photos, edited them, and I introduced a new color here, which is the color blue. Blue, as the bonus tip, is that color that I am using for the photos that I will be posting online at a later stage, and also the color that all my photos that were posted online have in my archive. So if I ever want to check which photos I posted online, or I quickly need to know which photos I still need to post online on the album that I'm currently editing, this is the color that I will be looking for. That's the bonus tip. I hope it helps you. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.